Yo, what's good? I'm Gio, and you're fucking with Associated Shit.
One hit, two hits in the zone, three hits, ET phone home, but I'm still in the stew. 24/7 trying to peel every fruit, putting work from the root, from the dirt out and grew.
So I was born in Westchester, White Plains, New York, in 914. And then probably around when I was 3 or 4, I moved like upstate a little, like an hour up to the 845, living in New Windsor, New York right now. And yeah, I've been involved in just music my whole life, because when I was young, my mom she had me in the church choir, singing and doing all that stuff, and I was always in the chorus and stuff like that, just going up in school. But I didn't really start like taking a liking. Like when I was younger, I didn't really even like making rap music or hip hop or anything like that. Like it always confused me. Like every time I heard someone on the radio, I was like, I don't even know what they're saying. But probably like 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, like 9th grade is when I started actually like really getting into hip hop and rap, and just listening to all the artists from the past, like the Biggies and the Tupacs, and modern day to the Eminems and Jay-Z's and stuff like that. So I didn't start making music I didn't start writing until senior year of high school for me, which was 2016. And then I went to college, and then that's when I actually started like writing and recording like consistently. I mean, it's tough right now, obviously, because every day I feel like I wake up and I look at the news and I just see things just aren't getting better. And I started writing, or a lot of the writing process was done during like the quarantine, and when everything was happening, with the George Floyd killings and stuff like that. And it really impacted me, and I wanted to do something positive, and be or make an impact in some sort of way, whether that was just me expressing my emotions and feelings in the music, or actually going out and protesting, because I did go out to a few, my town, a few other towns, and try to do some protests and stuff. Honestly, for me, I don't have the answers, but I feel like a great first step is just for people to acknowledge that there actually is a problem, because that's the main issue right now, is that a lot of people around the country just don't even think that we have an issue in general. So just getting people to acknowledge that there's a problem is a great first step, and then after that we could work with people, and changing their mindsets, decolonization, and stuff like that. Whether that be the policing system, the education system, education especially too, is important, because if we're not getting that good base from the jump, then it's just not going to help us in general. So I feel like just acknowledgement is basically what I would say is the first step to potential healing. I mean, yeah, it's been a long, crazy, tough year. And obviously a lot of people have anxieties or develop anxieties over certain situations, but for me personally, I feel like I've always just been a very patient person. So I usually I take the time to sit down and think pros and cons of certain situations. And um Better Days specifically is one of those songs. It's probably my favorite song off the project for sure. But that song specifically, I really feel like it was just one of the things I took the time to sit down and just think of, everything that's happening right now and what I have going for me personally. Because if it wasn't for this quarantine, 2020 in general, honestly, I don't know if the project would have came out the way that it did. So it's just one of those things I think like, oh, there's silver linings like in any situation. Um, so yeah, I feel like Better Days was just a good example of, just trying to encourage people to just look on the bright side. And yeah, it's tough right now, but if you keep your head up and just keep pushing and doing what you love or what you're passionate about, that you'll find some sort of happiness at the end of the road. Yeah, that's my dude. Shout out Redveil. It's funny how it actually came to happen, because I remember I followed him originally through Twitter because I saw he posted his video for Soul Food under one of Shrek Knows Raps tweets. And I don't know why. I usually don't like look at other artists, in like the comments and stuff, because it's usually not like the greatest music. But for whatever reason, like just the thumbnail stood out to me, so I was like, oh, let me click on it and see what's up. And I played the video, and obviously I was like, yeah, this is fire. I followed him from there, and basically, I don't know how long after that it took for me to like, because I DM'd him at one point. I was like, yo, you're fire, bro. And he was kind of just like, yeah, thanks, appreciate it. And then that was it. I was like, okay. But then I followed him on Instagram too, and I noticed that he would go on live every so often and just, have people join and just play music or whatever. So I was like, all right, bet. Here's what I'm gonna do. So I jumped in one of his lives, and for one of my songs, Funny Money, it wasn't even out yet. It was like the week that I was about to drop it, but I played him that song, and immediately like he was vibing with it, and he told me, he was like, yeah, like you're hard, bro. I'm gonna fuck with you. And I was like, that's what's up. And when the song dropped, I sent it to him, and he told me, he was just like, hey, bro, you want to like work on something? And I was like, absolutely. So 5500 was the song that he sent me, and I did whatever I had to do on it. And he told me, he was just like, all right, like that's fire, like that's exactly what I needed, because he wasn't even sure what he wanted to do with the song. 5500 wasn't even going to be on the project. That's what he told me. But then I hopped on it, and he was like, yeah, okay, I know exactly what I need to do now. So he sent it back to me, and when I heard his second verse, when he mentioned my name, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, he killed it for real. So yeah, that's just kind of how that came to be, and I'm happy that he put it on the project, because that's a lot of people's favorite songs, or favorite song from the project, from what they tell me. So it's definitely a cool feeling. Obviously, the top dudes, Drake, Kendrick, Cole, inspired me immensely. Frank Ocean, I'd probably say Frank is like my favorite artist of anyone. Frank Ocean definitely has inspired me. Saba has inspired me. Jid, McJenkins, artists kind of like that. Earl and Tyler obviously have inspired me. The whole High Future camp. So Pharrell is definitely an inspiration of mine. I mean, I like I said, I pull inspiration from a lot of different places, but those are just a few of the artists that I feel like I connect with. 2021, I'm hoping to start up my own label. Also 2021, I'm hoping, just like I said, just making more music, working with more producers, artists, engineers, whatever. Just doing as much as I can just to stay involved in, the community itself. Just building up, my brand and stuff like that. So yeah, just hoping for growth, basically. 2021 doesn't have to be big or anything. Just anything I could get is what I'd be happy with.